Thanks for watching. Hey, you know what? You don't have to watch. I know that you could be on TikTok watching the young people dance right now, but here we are on World Health Day, and guess what? The world isn't that healthy today. The world is actually pretty sickly. There were 62,000 new cases of COVID here in the United States alone yesterday, and this is interesting. 5 states account for nearly half of the new COVID infections: New York, New Jersey, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and yes, Florida. What were the chances it wouldn't be Florida? Some of the states make sense. You know, New Jersey has the highest population density. New York has the biggest city. Florida's whole economy is based on strangers drinking jungle juice and grinding on each other. But Pennsylvania and Michigan, what the hell are you guys up to? You know, there are only 176 people per square mile in Michigan. Get on a pontoon boat and wait it out already, will you? The good news is we've been averaging more than 3 million shots a day. The White House says that by the end of this weekend, almost half of American adults will have had their first dose of the vaccine. The question is, will they come back for the second dose? Health officials have seen a rise in what they call vaccine hesitancy because some people feel sick after their second shot, and then they tell people, and then people go, oh, I'm not going to go get the second shot. But you know what else makes you feel sick? COVID makes you feel very sick, COVID-19 specifically. So Dr. Fauci is strongly urging Americans to go in for their second shot. He reiterated that it takes 2 to make the thing go right. And then he brought up Rob Bass and did the whole song. It was awesome. And why would you stop after getting the first dose? It's like getting half a haircut. Getting the vaccine, think of it this way, it's like adopting a pet. You need that second pet so the first one has something to play with, right? We are still being encouraged to wear masks, and with that in mind, will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas has teamed up with Honeywell to offer what they call the Super Mask. It's super with an X, as in expensive. Starting tomorrow, it'll be available for $299. The mask comes with ventilation filters, LED lights, and noise-canceling earbuds, which will come in handy when everyone's laughing at you for spending $300 on the mask. That's will.i.am wearing the mask. It looks like if Shredder from the Ninja Turtles moved to Brooklyn, but I don't know. Seems to me this mask is a little 2000 and late, you know, as they said. I mean, not only are we coming out of this, I already designed a super mask. We unveiled it on the show last night. It's called the Mask Shirt, and this thing is on fire. We got a huge outpouring of feedback, including a like from the great Peter Frampton, who gave it a thumbs up on Twitter. So that's a solid endorsement. We got the Framp stamp of approval. You hear that, Guillermo? If we can just keep this COVID going, we're going to make millions off of this.
Yes, that's right. A lot of money.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz could use one of our mask shirts to cover his face right now. The New York Times reported last night, Gaetz asked Trump for a pardon about 4 months ago. He is said to have asked for a blanket preemptive pardon from then-President Trump during the final weeks of the administration. That's not suspicious. You know, you know you haven't done anything wrong when you check in with the president to ask for a pardon in case you happen to get accused of a sex crime somewhere down the line. It's not abnormal. The pardon request was reportedly seen as a non-starter at the White House, which is, that's saying a lot considering Donald Trump once wanted to nuke a hurricane. But the reason the White House denied the preemptive pardon for Matt Gaetz is because they thought it would set a bad precedent. At the time, they were only interested in setting terrible precedents, but bad president should be the title of Trump's autobiography. That really is, that's got a ring to it. Team Gaetz is pushing back on the report, of course. According to his spokesperson, Gaetz wasn't asking for a pardon for himself specifically. He asked Trump for a blanket pardon for everyone from himself to Joe Exotic. Right, that makes sense. Trump weighed in on the story with a 2-sentence statement. Congressman Matt Gaetz has never asked me for a pardon. It must also be remembered that he has totally denied the accusations against him. Yes, it must. I guess that was the best Trump could do for Gates now that he doesn't have Twitter anymore. You know, his advisors, according to Maggie Haberman of the Times, talked him out of a full-throated defense of Gates, which is sad because Matt Gaetz really was the son Donald Trump never had, even though he had a couple. Meanwhile, the son he didn't want, Don Jr., was on something called the Victory Channel last night, celebrating the 3-month anniversary of his father causing a riot.
Although it is interesting to me that I see the FBI tweeting daily, here's a picture of someone that was seen near the Capitol on January 6th. But notice you never see them talking about 10 months of looting, rioting, arson, murder that was done by Antifa and similar terrorist groups around the country.
Antifa. Well, aren't you fancy, Antifa? Does he think it's an Italian word? This is his thing now, changing pronunciations.
Candidates who are fighting for the MAGA movement, fighting for the American worker. I want to make sure we're fighting for those MAGA Republicans and MAGA conservatives. MAGA?
It's MAGA now? It's MAGA and Antifa. What an asshole. In other unwanted offspring news, Andrew Giuliani, son of Count Dracula, says he's strongly considering a run for governor of New York. That's Andrew Giuliani. He's 35. His dad is already said to be planning a big fundraiser at the Ritz Cracker Factory in New Jersey. Junior Giuliani worked in the Trump White House as a special assistant to the president, where his job, and this is for real, his job was to coordinate sports teams' visits to the White House. Basically, he was the guy who called Burger King and said, I need 200 Whoppers with cheese, please. And while he may be young, Andrew Giuliani got a very early start in politics as a hype man for his dad back in 1994 when Rudy was mayor of New York.
To my mother, Helen, who is 84 years old.
She must have given him $10 in his birthday card that year. That's New York's next governor right there. In major motion picture news, remember those pesky little peeps that were all over your carpet last week? Well, there's going to be a movie about them. There's a film in the works based on Peeps, which sounds like a terrible idea, but hey, people thought a movie about emojis would be a terrible idea too. And oh, they were right. Yes, they were right. But maybe this will be different. The movie, they say, it will follow a ragtag group of Peeps characters who set out on a cross-country journey in order to attend Peeps Fest, an annual brand celebration in Pennsylvania. Spoiler alert, they all get killed in the microwave. Some ideas, you're like, oh, why didn't they think of that before? The other ideas are, why didn't they think of that? Anyway, we did some spitballing around the office today. We came up with some Peep movie ideas of our own. We even made posters for them, and I hereby pitch the following Peep-related projects to Hollywood. Here we go. James and the Giant Peep, Peep Fiction, Peep Impact, Nightmare on Elm Peep, Peeping Beauty, Peeping with the Enemy, Peeper by the Dozen, Peep Throat, and the soon-to-be classic starring none other than Tom Hanks.
I left her by the telescopes.
You're Annie?
In Seattle. See, we replaced Meg Ryan with a Peep. It's a tough business, it really is. And one more item of importance. WrestleMania 37 is this weekend, streaming live on Saturday and Sunday at 8 Eastern on Peacock. And one of the men you'll see in the ring is WWE superstar The Miz. The Miz is a very straightforward guy. He never sugarcoats anything, and that is what you need in the workplace. So we hid some cameras in our conference room. We set some meetings with our real coworkers. We told them they were getting a corporate performance review, which is something that's never happened here before. So I don't know why they believed it, but here is Miz deep undercover as an agent of ABC HR.
Come on in.
Hello.
I'm Mike.
I'm Mickey.
I've been asked to come here and give you a job performance review.
Oh, I've never had like an official one before.
Very upbeat.
I love my job.
You're known as Cousin Mickey, right? Why is that?
I am a cousin to many, but I normally don't tell people because, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but Jimmy's my cousin.
Don't you think that's something that you should disclose to Human Resources?
Well, I would think that they would know.
All right, are you ready for your performance review?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Look at those. Those are manners. There we go. Well, let me tell you something, Mickey. Your coworkers find you relentlessly upbeat and positive. In fact, they find it exhausting. But you spread cheer around the office on a daily basis, and they appreciate that because there's a lot of haters out there that think that you only got your job because of nepotism. Do you know what we say to those morons? Think again, morons!
Ew.
Say please, Mickey, sit down during your performance. Put down. Okay, what do we say? Think again, morons.
You want me to say that?
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Give in to them.
You need to say
Give in to
they
them.
think that you're giving in, Mickey. Please, just give in. Just say think again, morons.
No, I'll just say, look at things differently.
Please, Mickey.
No,
Please, Mickey.
that's-
Mickey.
Come on.
Mickey,
No.
because you are very good at your job. Because you
Yes,
are a beautiful,
all the time.
sparkly unicorn goddess, and don't you forget it. Now get out of here and go smile and be happy and stop coming near me.
I don't know if this is a
What is
good
that?
or
This is
bad
awkward.
thing.
This is really awkward and weird. Thank you very much.
you.
Okay.
I
Bye.
think-
Bye. Bye. Hello. Come on in. How do you feel you're doing your job?
Pretty good, yeah.
What do you feel you're best at?
I pay a lot of attention to everything, attention to detail, attention to Jimmy, trying to keep everybody happy.
And have you ever used marijuana?
Oh, yes, I have, yes, often.
You're open about that.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Ever on the job?
Not on the job, after the job or before the job, but not on the job.
Have you ever
Although I
done your
have
job
smoked with Snoop once, so that was on the job.
on the job?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think you should just boss people around because you're managing a stage?
No.
That was a rhetorical question. Because you can and you have to. Because these people are animals. When you first got here, people looked at this and said, hey, look at this skittish British bloke. And you took all that negativity and you used it to fuel your fire to become the best damn stage manager either side of the pond. Now, sure, you have an occasional toke here and there, but you're so good at your job, you need performance-enhancing drugs. Are you thirsty? You're a little thirsty? Well, here's a glass. You don't need a glass. You don't need any of that. You know what? Stand up. Stand up and scream, I love stage managing. I love stage I want more, damn it. I love stage managing. I love stage managing. That's right, baby. Hey, how are you? Please, have a seat.
Okay.
Have you ever taken anything out of the office that was the sole property of the Walt Disney Company?
No. Nothing. Nothing. If they have food, I eat it. They have tequila, you know, I just grab the bottle and
Have you ever drank on the job?
all the time. I only drink a job. I only drink Monday to Thursday.
Does that alcohol help you laugh at Jimmy's jokes?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Are those laughs pretty genuine?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. You're the security guard here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you something. Am I supposed to be scared of you?
No, I'm not a crazy guy.
Guillermo, you're wearing slacks and that little tie. That's a clip-on, a clip-on. Jimmy Kimmel is a famous man. He needs the type of protection a hero of his caliber deserves. Stand up, Guillermo, stand up. Show him what you got, show him what you got. Show it up, there you go, Guillermo. Take off your shirt, show him, that's right. Show him you're the champ, yeah, Guillermo, that's right. Flex, show him your guns. Say I'm the champ.
I am the
Say
champ.
I'm the champ.
I am the
I
champ.
say I'm the champ.
I am the champ.
Do you know what PA stands for?
Production assistant?
No, not when you do it. It stands for Power Alpha. Do you want to watch TV on this? Do you? Do you want to watch TV on this? There is a TV. We're not watching that. I want you to slam that chair to you. I'm the champ. Slam the chair right there, Guillermo. There you go. There it is, Guillermo.
Thank you, man. Really straighten everybody out. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. If you want to see all our latest videos, click the subscribe button. And if you don't, click anyway and close your eyes when they come on.